You sound sad.
No, I had a dog in my face. I had to
Good old
get him
dog
to move.
face.
And if I sound sad, it's because I know I'm going to be barfing probably soon, and I'm terrified.
And he's got anal worms.
It's another episode of Uncle Weepy's Depression Dungeon. With your hosts, Joy Moeller, Paul Armstrong, and Jeremy Fuchsa.
Oh, man. I got to do podcasts. Got to do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I have to do it, Bugaboo. It's how I make money. Stop.
Oh.
All right. You go nights. No. Anyway.
Parenting life.
No. You guys carry on. I'll just be here saying no for a while.
I like that.
Okay, that sounds fantastic.
I have a friend whose favorite thing is to hear her kids get in trouble. So
Hello.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hello.
Do you hear him?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm muting. It was all good until you talked back to him.
Of course.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm so sorry to interrupt. So now, why are you so depressed? Because you're going to be puking. So they have the pukes.
Yeah. I feel okay. I'm just waiting for the proverbial shoe to drop.
Are they quarantined?
And I have great anxiety about throwing up because I'm sure most people don't enjoy it, but
You especially.
But you're one
do
of
not
those that
enjoy
gets, yeah.
no, I think everyone doesn't enjoy it. I just all I know is from my perspective, I panic, almost making myself sick, panicking about it. So yeah.
I don't think
It's
that's
fun.
true. I do think that some people do enjoy throwing up.
Yes, they're called bulimics, anorexics.
No, I just think that there's some people that just enjoy throwing up.
Really? They're called bulimic.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's look this up.
So, Paul, are you one of those people that can keep yourself from doing it?
I will try as much as I can.
Yeah, and then that gives you more anxiety, right?
Yeah. I do all I can to not. Yeah. Just doing all I can not to, like, just rocking back and forth, crying.
What helps me is just thinking about how much weight I could lose.
Yeah, that might help a little bit. It's mostly just
Well,
the
might as
process. The sense memory of it doesn't go away. So I just,
The burning and the smell in your nose.
I sometimes you feel like you can't breathe at all for a while.
That's right.
At least that's happened. That's great. It's great.
Good times. That's good stuff.
Good
You're
time.
gonna be
That's good
fine.
stuff. Everyone loves to hear about this. Everyone loves to talk about puke.
Everyone, tell us your puking story.
I found a sound online of a hyena vomiting.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I was going to Paul, is that going to be a problem?
It won't make me throw up. It just, I can't sound great.
No, I'm sure it can't.
Oh, ew! Yeah, that sounds about like what I figured it was going to sound like.
Well, what is it like? Our kid, like our youngest, will throw up and just be like coming down and talking like it's nothing. I'm like, I am like
Right?
throwing up and I'm like want to die. I'm like on the ground, like, oh, life is over. I don't know if I'll ever know what it feels like to feel good again. They're just like, blah, oh, I'm done. Blah, blah, blah. Oh no, I threw up again. Oh no, blah, blah, blah. They just don't care. I wish I had that.
That's weird.
Doesn't that most kids do that or no?
I don't know. No, my kids freak out about throwing up.
My daughter, up until about 2 years ago, would pass out every time before she'd throw up. Like pass out, like faint, like fall, like took her to the hospital, like thought she was having a seizure. Since she was like 18 months up until probably 2 years ago. And we wound up, the doctor said it's probably her blood pressure probably drops with the anxiety of throwing up. And then she would get more anxiety knowing she was going to faint as she got older. There was one time when she was sick and now she threw up like 5 times in 24 hours and fainted every fucking time before she would, and then she'd wake up and throw up.
Wow.
Horrifying. One morning, she woke up. She's like, I don't feel very good. I was like, well, let's just get ready for school. Again, she was faking. And then I hear this like crash, and I think she slammed her door. But I go in her room, she's like laying on the floor, passed out cold. She had like hit her head on the shower door, and that's some messed up stuff.
That is wow. Yeah, no kidding.
She seems to have outgrown it, fortunately, but it happened at a Barnes & Noble once. Just every time.
Did she ever like throw up and pass out and like fall into the vomit?
No, because she passes out before she pukes, so she definitely is doing it in the right order. She wakes up from having fainted and then pukes immediately,
which can happen a lot from fainting. So she's fainting and puking, not fainting because she's going to puke.
Right, but she'll be like, I feel like I'm going to throw up, and then she'd
here it comes.
Get more anxiety.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it hasn't.
It'd be great though to pass
years,
out as you throw up, so you don't remember any of it. That would be great.
Right, that is. What
I would love to get the medicine that they give me for going in a colonoscopy or something, where just I throw up and I'm like, what happened? You're like, oh, it's been 5 hours.
I think you would drown on your.
You threw up 5 hours ago. Yes.
You'd choke on your vomit.
Well, if I'm over the toilet, I should be okay. Well, see, what you do is you kind of position yourself so that you can't fall into it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's got to be some logistics. If you know that that's what you're going into, then you kind of got to, yeah.
But don't those drugs put you out like a floppy donkey dick?
I don't know. I'm looking at I'm looking up drug-induced amnesia, so I'll check the dark web, see what I get.
See what happens. Shit. What's going on, Jeremy? What's going on with you?
Oh, not puking and fainting or anything like that, but
not worried about it.
No, I got that going for me, which is nice.
Hey, you can get it from talking to somebody over the internet.
Oh no. So I'm sitting in the basement, marveling at extra room that I have down here, or definitely will have. The last couple of weeks have been very cathartic. I've had a dumpster in my driveway.
Oh, we were going to talk about
You're getting rid of shit, huh?
Getting rid of shit. Yes. So I rented a 20 cubic yard dumpster 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be gone today. I was a little bit surprised to see it still in the driveway when I got home, but I have been assured by the company that it will be gone tomorrow. But I got a 20 cubic yard dumpster and just started tossing stuff over the last 2 weeks. It has been quite a cathartic experience.
Yeah, we did that for our backyard, our garage, some of the stuff in our basement. It felt so good.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't cheap. It was totally worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Why is it happening? Are you remodeling?
No. We had accumulated so much crap in the garage, like the biggest problem with our family is we have great intentions, terrible follow through on practically anything and everything that there is that you could think of. So let's get a bunch of clothes that we don't use anymore and let's donate them. Okay, great. So we sort through it, do it, great, put it all in a bag. Sounds good. All right, we'll put it down in the garage and then we'll take it this weekend. And then 2 years later, the bag is still there. We've got a few extra boxes. Put them down in the garage. We'll break them down and put them in the recycling next week. And then 2 years later, they're still there. We got a a mattress from my in-laws. They upgraded their mattress, and theirs was only like 2 years old. So, and we were needing a mattress, and so we're like, okay, sure. And they're like, okay, well, we'll call bulky item pickup for the mattress and get rid of it. And then a year later, the mattress was still there. And so as I was looking at this garage, that, you know, 1/4 of it was completely floor to ceiling, and this is not an exaggeration, completely floor to ceiling of just of boxes and garbage and junk and things. I'm like, this has got to change. And so talked a big game for like 2 or 3 months, going, yeah, I'm gonna get a dumpster, gonna get rid of all this stuff, gonna change the world, gonna purge it out, gonna make it a clean start, and yeah,
show it who's boss.
That's right. Yeah. We're gonna do it. Yeah,
you know, shit all over it. Yeah,
yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah.
But wait, there's, you know, you got to call somebody.
Yeah, you got to call somebody, and then you got to
get a quote.
Yeah, and then you get a quote, and they go, ooh, $350. Do I really want to? Yes. Man, do I need one that big? Nah, I could probably get by with a smaller one. And then I'm looking at smaller ones in other people's driveways, going, ooh, no. I can't no, I gotta go for the big ones. So
gotta go
big. Although I will say that I got a good deal. The website said that it was $350 for a week, and I got $350 for 2.
Yeah.
So I got
buy one, get one.
That's right. I got to buy one, get one free. So I got to have the dumpster for 2 weeks, and it is completely full of exactly like Paul says. I mean, went in the backyard and got like broken lounge chairs and all sorts of bullshit.
We had so much stuff under our porch patio thing, or deck. That's the word.
Yeah, like we had these Adirondack,
like 3 old those shitty plastic pools that people get. Like
shitty plastic pools. Yep.
Yeah. It's worth it.
Totally
worth it.
We had a Little Tykes turtle sandbox that had been down there ever since
classic
the first
that has
kid.
All the cat poop in it.
Oh yeah. It had been there ever since the first kid, so it had been there for 12 years, and that got thrown away, and broken plastic Adirondack chairs, and a this storage locker that was back there for stuff that a tornado.
We had one like a Rubbermaid storage thing that we didn't use, and it had cobwebs and mouse turds.
Well, and we had a storm tore the lid off of it, and so it didn't have a lid, and so that went out, and so it was. Oh man, it was something. But so
Did you thank each and every single thing for a service?
You know what? I actually told many of those things. Fuck you thing for being in my life for 2 years.
You didn't do anything for me or to me.
That's right. Yeah. But the last thing I did last night, when I thought that this morning was the day that it was going to come, is there was a desk that's down here in my basement that I built into the wall, because I thought, it's going to be really cool having this little desk jut out, and it was fine when this was my office, and and I used it for business and all those things, but
a different time in your life.
A different time in my life, and so it was time to tear that desk off the wall, and I was surprised to see that it did not make a hole in the drywall like I thought it was going to, and now I just have minor patching, and then it was as if the desk had never been here.
So you're not hoarders. You just haven't had time to get rid of stuff.
We're not
just slow accumulation. Isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's slow accumulation, and I will be honest. I mean, it's a little bit of lack of time, but then there was definitely like a depression and anxiety component to it, because a lot of the stuff accumulated within the last year to year and a half of being self-employed, and that was the time when Robin didn't have a job at the time either, and it just was just kind of one of those times where you just don't give a shit, and
Yeah. That's it. Like, I feel like that's a really interesting point too. Like, I people always like, how do poor people are so dirty and so gross? And I'm like, I think it's just a lack of, that's not true of all of them. It's just a trope, if you will.
Right. No, exactly.
But like it is,
exactly.
there is some truth to it. I'm not trying to be mean to say like there's some truth to it. I'm like, is it just like they don't care? I'm like, probably a little bit of depression, not caring, probably like not being around much if they're trying to work as much as they can on they're working jobs that don't pay well, that they have to work hours and hours.
Might be trying to save money too. Like,
could be
not having the water.
Yeah, but there is something to like the progressive hole digging that happens when you don't do something and you feel bad about doing something, but you just keep digging that hole.
Mm-hmm. And it gets deeper, and sooner or later you can't get out of it. Yeah.
And then you're just like, well, there's no point. This is where I am now. This is what I do.
This is my life now. Exactly.
Or that you don't deserve to get out of it or something like that.
Oh, yeah. All of the above. All of the above.
Yeah. But then when you purge, it feels quite literally like a weight lifted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
You need to think that way when you puke.
Yeah.
A weight lifted.
So weight lifted.
Mm-hmm. What if it comes out both ends at the same time? And what is that?
I've never had that happen, but I hear it's rough.
It is a sight
burning
to
the candle at both ends.
Is
there a term for that?
I think we just made it up. Burning the candle at both ends.
I think what you said is exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think that's right. I witnessed it once.
Burning the holes at both ends.
Yeah, burning the holes at both ends. I witnessed it once at a scout camp when I was a kid.
I hope you
witnessed it or experienced it.
No, I witnessed it. No, I truly witnessed like a dude like crawling out of his tent naked, going, "Oh God!" blowing the candle at both ends.
God,
and and. And of course, at the time you're like, ha ha, man, that's nasty. Look at that guy.
So gross.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Meanwhile, he's like dying.
Yeah, for all I know.
And then someday you have to get a colonoscopy and drink this drink, and it's the worst thing you've ever put in your mouth.
The same kind of thing.
It comes out like a nacho fountain. This is
never gonna eat those again.
Yeah.
But just the one side, just the one hole.
That's true.
Well, I hope you don't eat them with the other hole.
No, I just mean as far as like what's coming out. What's coming out where? Just the one hole.
When it comes out your nose, that's what really sucks.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
It's the worst. Have you ever thrown up spaghetti and those noodles? Like, they're just not all the way digested.
It's usually pizza. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
The acidic stuff.
Right? Well, you're not supposed to be eating cheese.
Gluten.
No gluten. No cheese. But this was a while ago. I haven't thrown up since being gluten free, so I'm hoping that I have a new superpower.
See? Mm-hmm. See? Oh boy.
I do see. I see all. Speaking of anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Yes.
Here you go.
Thought we were going there.
Here we go.
Yes.
Thoughts, y'all.
Sounds.
We got a song. It's the Adam Driver section.
Let's get serious.
Segment. Oh, okay.
Let's get serious.
All right, set it up for us, Joy. This is your...
Well, apparently, so Adam Driver, a couple weeks ago, is being interviewed. He's in New York. She's in Philadelphia, I believe. Her name, what is it? Sylvia? No.
Nope.
Terry Gross. What the fuck's her name? Terry Gross.
You got it.
A Fresh Air. So she's interviewing the guy. He tells her, I don't want to hear anything played back like of me and my acting and whatever. They start their interview. She plays back the singing segment of him from A Marriage Story. And the producers and her suggest he takes off his headphones for this. But instead of doing that, he puts them down and leaves
he takes
the
them off
studio
for
altogether.
Sure.
Yeah. And I must say, the public this is the first kind of like thing he's done that I feel like the public could comment on. Public's really coming to his aid because he's said before that he has anxiety about his own acting and hearing his own voice. And apparently he doesn't watch his own movies. He's only watched Star Wars because it's all shot on green screen. So felt like he had to watch it to see what was happening. And even at that first premiere, he was very anxious and nauseous. So was he being a diva? I feel like she could have added in the quotes afterwards in editing. I don't think there was a reason it needed to play right then and there if he said, no, thank you, please.
If I have to go through the work that I have to go through to make the show that we make, they can certainly put a little bit of editing in.
I had read that before he had done Terry Gross, like in 2015, they talked about it then.
Yes.
And he told her that he had anxiety about it. And this time, it's as if they didn't remember or they asked but didn't care. It's kind of weird. Like she usually takes care pretty good on that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's didn't care as much as like, oh, he'll just take his headphones off. I mean, they weren't in the same studio.
Yeah, which is in a way not taking the gravity of what he's saying very seriously. He's like, no, I don't want to.
Right. And I think that
he probably doesn't even want to know that it's happening because then he's thinking about other people listening to him acting. And he probably gets all worked up and anxious and like
there's no way he's going to I'm going to listen for my NPR interview or listen to me talking as if I'm his.
So does he go on like shows like Conan or Jimmy Kimmel or any of those and not have things play? Because I've never actually thought about it or looked.
It made me think about it. I don't recall ever. I know that he does the shows, but I've never seen him tapes, on the segments.
I was going to say when they
tapes,
play him,
so maybe they show it before he comes out or something.
Yeah, like are they playing it live? Do you know what? Is the whole audience seeing it, or is it kind of played? Oh, it's over on this screen, and.
So I went to the taping of Conan, and it was Pierce Brosnan. He was there for a movie, and they do show it. They actually play the whole show like it's the actual show. They do commercial breaks, even though they don't have to. They do a commercial break and all that. Like it runs just like the show. At least Conan did. So I was just wondering how maybe they just make a special case for.
No, I would have to look back and see if they.
Yeah, I've never
play back his stuff. Of course, I've watched his interviews. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember that part. But what do you guys think? Like, I'm
really surprised that the internet came to his aid. I'll be honest.
I know I am too, but I think it's the first like, oh, maybe diva star thing he's ever done, which I don't think he's a diva star. And I don't blame Fresh Air either. Like, I don't think anyone's at fault. I think it's interesting that this is like popping up in every news feed right now. But like, I don't know maybe the guy gets for real panic attacks and just had to get out of there. I don't know.
Well, that's definitely what it sounds like for sure. Yeah.
So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to help him?
I think this already does help him right off the bat.
Yep. There you go.
What we're doing here now?
Oh, yeah. It's an important service.
And then we go to his movie?
Well, I mean...
No, refuse.
Can do what you will with that. But,
his movie?
Yeah. What?
That's right. That's right.
I tell you what, I'm not going to watch Marriage Story. I'll just say that right now.
Tell me why.
I don't have any interest in watching another relationship go bad. Like, I'm just not really interested in that.
It's so much more than that, though.
I'm sure it is, but I don't know. I get weird about watching divorce movies. Not because I've gone through one. I haven't, but maybe that's why, because I haven't. I'm just like, makes me anxious. Like, to me that I'm just on the precipice for one dumb fight that makes it all over.
Right.
I don't.
Interesting perspective. Sure.
It is. It took me, I had to watch it in segments, and I knew it was going to be rough. Like, when I started reading about it 2 months before it came out, I was like, oh, this is going to be a thing for me. So I watched it in segments, 3 different segments, and then I watched the whole thing through. It's up for a lot of Golden Globes, I do believe.
Have you been divorced, Joy?
I have.
So
my daughter was with my first husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would that
And
did it make it super hard or super relatable
Yeah.
to watch?
Both. That was the thing why I knew it was going to be difficult to watch. And not that it's like parallel by any means, but like they have one kid, we had one kid. He was kind of, she realized like he cheated on her. My ex-husband cheated on me. She realizes like, I don't even know who I am. I'm just living in what he tells me I am. They worked together. My ex-husband and I owned a company together. And when they split, just like when you're just talking to each other, everything is okay. And then it heats up and it gets really fucking ugly to where you tell the other one, I wish you were dead. But you don't mean it. And then you get lawyers involved and it gets really ugly. So yeah, I knew it was going to be a thing for me, but it was really well done. The actors, their names are Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. Well, now they had done a fabulous job as being pissed off. But yeah, it's a rough watch. If that kind of stuff like makes you emotionally raw or whatever.
Jeremy, you haven't seen it, Jeremy? Yeah.
I respect, Paul, the reason why you say you wouldn't watch
I
it.
might. I don't know. It's one of
The
those
writing
things
and
where I'm like,
acting
I don't
is
know.
good.
Yeah, I get
Hella
that.
good.
I've heard that. I've heard that it's excellent. I mean, it can't be any The Irishman, but sorry, I have thoughts on The Irishman, and they're not usually positive at this point. But maybe I'll watch The Marriage Story someday. I mean, I do like watching good acting, so there is that. If
you want to see Adam Driver just cry and lose his shit, kind of like what happened on A Fresh Air. This is your movie.
He did pretty good on Girls of losing his shit. Oh, that was pretty early on in his career.
That's fair. But yeah, it's a raw, ugly. Like I will say, having gone through it, it's pretty accurate as far as how things escalate and how once lawyers get involved, how fucking ugly shit can get. If you let it. But I don't mean to bring the show down.
Well, to go back to
Or do I?
the original question, though, of, what is, I totally get, I totally get where he's coming from, and he's not the only person that has problems of reliving or rewatching their performances or things like that. Like John Roderick. I mean, he doesn't listen to any of the podcast. He's like on 4 podcasts, doesn't listen to a single one of them because he can't stand the sound of his own voice. It's the same type of thing. There's a anxiety to being behind a microphone. Like I look forward, yet completely dread every recording session that we have, because it's like, well, it's going to be great. What are we going to talk about this time? Oh God, what if we don't have anything to talk about? And then like I freak out about that, and and different
you worry
things.
about that
so,
too?
Oh yeah, I totally worry about it.
You don't need to worry about that, Jeremy.
And that's why I suggested bringing back the topic Trello, because I was like, oh God, what if we run out of things to say?
Oh no. Improv would
We'll always
destroy
have
you.
It
something.
would. It would be terrible.
Trevor's like, what are you going to say? Like, this is improv. Just tell me what you're going to say. Where's the script?
Tell me already.
Yeah, I get that. I don't like hearing myself talk at all, but when you do a show that you host, you kind of have to hear yourself sometimes and kind of act like you're out of your body at some point, sort of. This is just
apparently his thing is like just the super critical, and then like getting anxiety about like not being able to change it.
Yeah, that's what they had read. They said like he wants to change things. Obviously, you can't change, and I wonder if that's George Lucas's problem.
Yeah, he's got the same problem, but yet he has the resources to be able to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? That makes a lot of
fucker?
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Is he what?
a frame fucker?
Well, we know that for a
Lucas.
fact that he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't. You know what, Jeremy? Not all of us read as much as you. I didn't know.
Rather
don't
than
know,
let
like-
things be the way they are at the time that they're limited to, he goes back and tries to change it the way he
I mean,
imagined
hence
it
the
to be.
4 different
Like
versions
Peter
of.
Jackson.
Yes, also.
Yeah, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, "Why would we cut this scene? I directed it." Well, because
Brings
it
it
sucks
back
and
to The
has nothing to do with
Irishman.
the story.
Brings it right back to The Irishman. Why make a movie 3.5 hours long? Because he can't.
Because I
Okay.
made all that footage. And
Mm-hmm.
by God, I'm not going to let it go to waste.
And why?
is
And why
a
not have
selfish trick.
Why not cast a younger actor for this 75-year-old to play? No, we'll do his face look young, but his body will still look all crumpled and weird. Sorry, the movie just bothered me in a lot of ways. I couldn't get past the fact that they had Robert De Niro with a young-looking face, but his body was all hunched and weird. Ugh.
Should we talk about this movie? I know not of it, of course.
I
But
don't know that
I'd
it's
love
worth
to hear
talking
about it.
It's Scorsese doing another mob movie, except this is a reality-based one based on Jimmy Hoffa. So that's
And?
and it's about some dude that worked with Jimmy Hoffa, and it's 3.5 hours long. It's very long.
Oh,
and all
wow,
of the
that's-
actors. So you got Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. What's his name comes back from not having acted for like 15
Pesci?
years. Yeah, Pesci. Pesci was great though. Pesci was so like his
So
character
Pesci?
is so calm, and no, not at all.
That's
His character is so calm and yet zen, and just like never yells about anything, or it's very un-Pesci.
Oh.
It was good performances. I could not get past the CGI stuff. It just took me out of it.
Oh, like
You could just
De
all you have to
Niro
do
was
is watch the
CGI?
first. All you have to do is watch the first hour, and you'll understand. It's just obvious and weird.
You sat through all of it.
Man, it took me like 2 weeks.
I'll watch an hour a week.
God, I think at some point I would have given up on it.
The story was good. Like it was weird. Like it was both good and awful. Like the story
Awfully
was good,
good.
the acting was good, but like all of the stuff got in the way of me enjoying it. It was really weird. It's sort of like, you're
Man,
just in for the
another one
ride,
of
and you're
those-
like,
What's his name? Another one of those good fellas. He was in A Marriage Story as a lawyer.
Ray Liotta?
Yeah.
Right.
The
Wow.
asshole
was he
lawyer.
really?
Pulled that
Wow,
right
good
out
job.
of my ass. Thank you.
I know. Well done, Jeremy.
'cause
Yeah, he's the asshole
I
lawyer.
literally couldn't think of anybody. I'm like, I got nothing. Mel Gibson? No.
Shoeless Joe?
Shoeless Joe?
Yeah.
Field of Dreams?
Yes. Shoeless Joe.
None of us could stand
Yep,
the son of a
yep,
bitch when he was alive.
God, that movie.
told him to
I
stick
love that
it.
movie.
That's a great fucking movie. That's right.
I did watch it recently again, and it holds up pretty well, actually. It
Ooh.
always makes me cry.
Can I
at the end.
talk-
Always.
Right? I have something. I have more of a media corner to talk about.
Uh-oh. You do?
Something that, as I've been wrapping holiday gifts, I've been watching, and I'm late to the game, but it's really fucking good, is that Dark Crystal series, the prequel.
Oh, I thought you finished
You guys
it.
already watch it? I
Nope.
hadn't watched it all the way through. It is so good. Really fucking good. You know how I feel about the Dark Crystal.
We know how you feel about it. Yes.
And like, as you keep watching it, it's beautifully done. It's great because what I love about it is it looks like the old one. The characters look like the original, and it leads up into that. And there's even like seeing into the future that are scenes from that movie. And it's just like so seamless.
Oh. Huh. It's
beautiful.
Okay.
Nice.
Vanthus.
I would have to watch the original again because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
do you want me
on
to act it
Netflix?
out?
Same.
No, I don't.
No, we have a lot
No,
of
please do not.
we have a lot of file audio of that.
I have the
That.
opposite Adam Driver. I don't like other people acting in front of me. It's not me. It's others.
I'm fine with myself, but yeah, it's so funny because like me, I don't know if it's that funny. I guess I thought everybody watched The Dark Crystal like my siblings and I did growing up, where it was like we watched it once a week, and it was just like it's like Star Wars. Like we always watched it.
Yeah. I
And it
watched it a
turns
lot,
out a
but
lot
it
of
wasn't
people
as-
haven't.
No, yeah. Well, I was a kid that watched. Me and my sister watched it a lot. We watched that and The Secret of Nim a lot for some reason.
Oh yeah. See, we didn't watch that a ton, but at least I know what it is.
Right. Or The Last Unicorn. Anyone know that movie?
Oh,
That
yes.
messed me up.
Yep.
Jeez. But yeah, Dark Crystal is up there. They're all like all these dark movies that came out at the same time for kids.
But it is really well done. And like,
No, I remember
this one's
loving
definitely
it as a
more like, I don't want to say adult, but it's got some heavy, dark themes that are, but then it's funny. It's so good.
I will have to. I'll put it in the queue. I'm working my way through things. Joy, are you going during the holiday season to watch Watchmen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thought you were going to ask if I was going to the movie theater to watch The
Watch
Rise of
Star Wars.
Skywalker.
We knew you were going to do that.
I don't have HBO, you guys. We don't have HBO.
No.
Well, that makes it hard.
That makes it hard.
Is there like a 7 days free trial?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I did with Chernobyl, so I could do that.
Oh, sure. Well,
Use a new email address.
yeah. Just make yourself a new email address and do a new trial.
I've got a couple.
And it's but it's very good, very good.
I haven't watched the last yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Because everyone's been sick. And Sonia will kill me if I watch it without her. I will be murdered.
Okay.
So
No
I've
spoilers.
heard. I keep hearing that it is a one and done. That this is it. That's what I keep hearing.
There's like another season?
And I keep hearing that as well.
And is that disappointing to you?
It is, but at the same time,
It would make it spectacularly good.
it makes it spectacular because the way it ends makes me think that I had it 100% figured out and I know exactly what happens 2 seconds after it cuts to black. And so it's something. It's good.
Now, did you have it figured out?
Oh, I do.
But did you?
Huh?
Did you prior to seeing it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had you predicted what was going to happen.
I predicted. Yeah, I did not predict any of what happened in the majority of the episode, but like the last minute.
Oh,
and a
like
half,
right before it was happening, like like it all starts to.
No, I just you'll have to watch it. You'll have to watch it and then go back and listen to our discussion of it 2 episodes ago, and you will also realize that you had it figured out as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I will see what I can do
If
over the holidays.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've been watching his Dark Materials. It's pretty good too.
I haven't done that because what I did is I got on the Lindelof train and went to The Leftovers.
Leftovers?
Because I had never watched it.
Me neither. Haven't ever watched it.
And it's excellent.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard mixed things.
I think it's really, really good. I'm also now listening to the audiobook of it as well, just to try to kind of get parallels. I was really, really interested because I was watching it, and then the leading actress, I was like, oh, it's the scientist lady from Mindhunter.
Oh, Anna Torv.
Yes, but it's not. It's not Anna Torv. It's Carrie Coon, which I was like, wait a second. Oh, they're not the same thing. And so then I pulled them up side by side, Anna Torv and Carrie Coon, and my Lord, do they look a lot alike.
They look very much the same.
Oh, yes. It's
Did you ever watch Fringe?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, it's one of the best TV series. It's not one of the best. It's a great TV series. She was in that. Anna Torv was in that. with crazy king from the Return of the King who jumps over the side. He was in it too. Like, I'm really great with names.
Jumps over the side of what?
Sweet's Pickle Dick.
Cliff. What?
Sweet's Pickle Dick? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
You remember the Crazy King?
The Crazy
he's
King.
in it. Yeah. Anyway,
Sweet's Pickle Dick.
so Leftovers worth it, you say?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The second season, it's another one of those slow burn shows. Like you've got to kind of have a little bit of patience for the first 3 to 3.5 episodes each season. But then once you kind of get into the groove of whatever that season is, then I'm almost
Wasn't it only 3 seasons?
It's 3 seasons. I'm almost done with the second season right now. But
the old Deadwood just got 3, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, is it done or is it?
Oh yeah. I mean
the
the first season was 6 years ago. It's yes,
it
is an
finished
older
though.
show.
It wasn't canceled, right?
Right. I'm pretty sure it finished.
That's what Lindelof has figured out with Lost was it went on with no end date and he couldn't write a really good cohesive story where he's like, I just got to end this when I want to end it.
Right. Yeah. So so now he chooses these projects where he can. Yeah. So.
Oh. Speaking of somewhat related to Watchmen, did you read what they discovered in Oklahoma?
Another bomb.
No, they discovered what they believe is a mass grave.
Oh, from the riots?
From the riots.
What riots?
Yes. From the 1921
the 1921 Greenwood riots. Yeah. Huh.
Wait,
interesting.
Where? Tell the story.
It's in Tulsa.
Oh. Jeremy, you tell the story.
Well, it's not exactly something they teach you in Oklahoma history class, but it's a race riot. Yes, there was a neighborhood in Tulsa that was known as Black Wall Street in the 1920s because it was very highly affluent black families, and there was the actual history of it, I'm not super clear on.
I know
Robin wants to read a book about it.
So I know what started it, which was a black boy got accused of harassing a white woman, a white girl who was an elevator operator. The police took him into custody. The white folks in the area demanded that they turn him over to him, which the police refused. And then a bunch of African American men who were in World War I came to protect the boy, and then that turned into.
Okay.
How old was the boy?
He was like 15, 16.
I was going to say he was super young, wasn't
he? Yeah, but then it turned into, rioting in the streets,
not just
and
a riot.
Shooting and,
So it's a mass grave of
bombs
African
were
Americans?
dropped from airplanes.
Yeah, they had airplanes and they dropped bombs. They destroyed how many blocks and acres? Just insane. The whole town.
Was it military?
Well, they were probably in World War One, but no, not military. It was
it
was probably crop dusters.
Bombs?
It was probably crop dusters and stuff.
Yeah.
Dropping what do you call it? Orange agent?
Homemade bombs.
Just homemade bombs, like pipe bombs, and
they killed. They don't know, maybe 300. But they lied about it forever, and now they're discovering a mass grave, which will probably give them more clue about how many people they died.
How'd they discover it?
They were looking. Well, someone in the government had said it's time to reopen this and look for. So they look for anomalies in the soil, in areas to see where it looks like it's uneven or doesn't meet the contours of everywhere else and stuff. And they found it. I don't know. That was today, I think.
Oh wow!
Just today.
I did not hear anything about that.
It's very interesting. Obviously they did it. It helps that the Watchmen brought this up.
Yeah, exactly. Because so the episode.
Wait, the Watchmen's.
The very first episode of Watchmen has to do with this race riot in Tulsa.
It has a great deal to do with
that one in particular, or a future one with the giant octopus.
No. Nothing to do with the giant octopus. This one in particular, yes. Yeah.
I got to watch this. You know what, guys? I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
The first episode is all a reenactment of the.
It's a reenactment of the with the airplane bombings and everything. I mean,
I literally watched it and thought that it was made up. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I wonder what this is.
thought it
Didn't
was.
know
Well,
it was
yeah,
real.
because the whole universe is an alternate history. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, whatever. But no, that part is not an alternate history.
Yeah, which is insane to me. Like, we never learned about that in school, ever. Not
Why
ever.
would you, right? Not about the ugly stuff.
It's about to get uglier because I can't imagine that mass grave is not going to have a lot of bodies because they were probably trying to cover it up. Like they said someone said that soon after any newspaper clippings in the town or in the area of Tulsa that talked about it, they would clip out of the paper. Like they just try to blanket right over it. And the rest of the country
Makes
apparently
us
did
look
too.
bad. And you said it was the 20s?
1921.
1921.
Yeah, I looked it up. I'm like, is this real? Then I saw that. I'm like, oh my God. And then I thought they were exaggerating with planes dropping bombs. Nope.
Nope.
Literally, it's like a
all
war.
That's fucking insane. Man, what is with Oklahoma and bombs?
Lots of easily readily available fertilizer.
Fertilizer and chemicals.
People are
Yep.
making them and blowing shit up and
Yep.
mailing them. Do you know about the mailer, the bomb mailer? He's dead now.
Unabomber?
Yeah, now he had
Is he
gotten
dead? I thought Ted Krasinski
Yeah, they
was
killed
still
him.
alive.
Capital punishment.
No, really?
No,
Yes.
I don't think
they
that's
injected
right.
him. Yes, they did.
When?
Look it up.
Well, I am.
Krasinski. Oh, no. He's still alive.
No,
He's 77.
Unabomber.
though.
Yeah, Ted Kaczynski.
He's not dead.
Unabomber not dead.
Okay, well, Oklahoma killed somebody.
They
Oh,
killed
Timothy McVeigh.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
McVeigh.
that
yeah.
guy. What did he do?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
bombed the
He bombed the Murrah
The
Federal
babies.
The
Building.
downtown.
Yeah. You can understand
Yeah.
my confusion. Lots of bombs in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Timothy McVeigh is just in prison then?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not anymore?
No, they
executed
executed
quickly,
him.
too.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Wasn't he only
Oh,
in jail
so
for like a year?
Timothy. The Unabomber. Who's the Unabomber?
That's Ted Kaczynski.
Okay, sorry.
Timothy
he's in prison.
McVeigh was the
Just
Oklahoma
people.
City bomber.
Yes.
Right. Timothy McVeigh is dead.
Yes.
John Krasinski.
Yes,
Now-
John Krasinski. They let him out, and then
He's
he
also
started
dead,
making
but that's
Jack
only in a quiet
Ryan.
place.
No, that Krasinski, though, is he
Check.
still in prison?
Yes.
Okay.
Life
Yeah.
sentence. He didn't kill near
No,
as
what-
many people as McVeigh, obviously. But
Yeah.
No.
how long? McVeigh was not in jail very long.
No,
it
he
feels
was
like
not.
before they executed him.
Yeah. It.
Yeah, lethal injection. I
I'm
remember
trying to
that.
think. It was 95.
Were you living there, Jeremy?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I had.
Were you
I,
near Oklahoma City or
Yes. Yes. I
anything? Really? That must have been terrifying.
let's see, Stillwater was about 45 minutes away, felt an aftershock. I was working for educational television services on the campus at Oklahoma State, which owned two mobile TV production trucks that usually got rented out to ESPN when football and basketball games were going on. But CNN rented the trucks. We drove them down to Oklahoma City and stationed them up about a mile away from the explosion. And they ran news pool feed out of our trucks. And so it was pretty wild. So I was within a couple of miles within 24 hours of it happening. So, yeah.
There you go. Huh. So you live in Stillwater, huh? That looks like in the middle of nowhere.
It kind of is, yeah. It really is just this college town in the middle of nothing.
I was just going to say, Stillwater's jumping
Little juke
jukey
joint.
Yeah.
Yep.
So many of my friends, that was the shirt to have in middle school. Jumping little juke joint. And then it became, like co-ed naked.
Co-ed
T-shirts.
naked fart sniffing.
Remember those? It was like everything's co-ed naked.
I
It's
remember.
co-ed
I
naked.
remember big dogs.
Oh, yeah, those two. Around the same time. But yeah, Stillwater's what do you call it? Jumping little
juke joint. Yeah.
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 And it had like a Eskimo or something on it.
Yep. Eskimo and dog, Buffy.
Fucking Buffy.
Buffy.
God damn it.
Yep. Buffy is the dog's name.
You guys, Baby Yoda's out tonight.
Baby Yoda is out tonight.
Have you seen all the new merch that's not going to be out till after Christmas?
It's going to be out in May. No, it's going to be out in May.
We've
pre-order it.
We've pre-ordered our Baby Yoda Funko Pop.
There's some
but
pretty
listen,
cute
you guys,
stuff.
We already had plans to go. We're going to Disney World.
Right.
This summer.
Yes.
So we're going to go
Nice.
to the Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge. There's going to be so many Baby Yodas. It's going to.
Oh, yeah. All the Baby Yodas.
Do you want me to get you some? I'll get you some.
Get a Baby Yoda hat.
I'm going to get.
I would like
all
a
the Baby
onesie,
Yodas.
see if I could fit into it.
I want the plush, of course, but I want like the BB-8 that I have. Like I want the fucking puppet robot remote control thing.
Yeah, see, there's the one that talks back, right? Well, although it would just be.
Did you see the video I put on Facebook today? The go to sleep Baby Yoda.
No, but I'm going to be heading there shortly.
Yes. So somebody did a it's a 10-minute video, but it's this edit with a song and all of this about the Mandalorian trying to put Baby Yoda to sleep.
Is it good?
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Nice.
good. It's so good.
Yep, I'll be watching it. I'm finding that if I leave the link that we record on, I lose the connection, so I'm not going to.
Oh yeah. That's what I was doing. I was like messing around in another tab, and that's when we dropped. I'm like, oh, guess I can't do that.
Right?
So,
Well, Paul, it's great for you.
Just turning out roses for me. Not up my butt, but everywhere else.
Until you
blowing
start
the candle from both ends.
Man.
Boom.
Man. Okay.
There's like a
And now-
hand right there.
Yeah.
What time
Are
is it?
y'all excited about Rise of Skywalker? Do you have theories? You don't want to talk about it? You like it?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to see it. I don't know that I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm
Do we
excited
think
about
Kylo
it
Ren
either.
is the Skywalker that's rising?
I don't know.
He's the Skywalker. He's the only Skywalker.
Did you hear that there's a lot of negative reviews?
Yep, I saw
course
today.
there are.
I saw today that there were
Way more than other
a
times.
lot of negative.
Oh,
reviews.
not way more than the Last
The
Jedi.
Last Jedi?
Yes.
No, so far,
Yeah,
way more.
A lot more than The Last Jedi.
You guys,
I know. I'm really nervous. Like, what did they do?
Yeah, the one review I read today, the non-spoilery review was that they basically went, okay, what can we do to make sure no one gets up in arms about anything or, that has happened over the last two movies in the trilogy where, people got mad that Rey was a strong figure or that, and basically they're like, the message of this one is that, if you believe in yourself, you can do it. And the Skywalker that rose was really just the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
you guys,
I saw a
hated-
cryptic.
People hated
It did,
The Last
but it
Jedi.
still got 91. Still got 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, well, let's give this one enough
Why
time
not?
to hit the public.
I just saw
in a few months.
I just saw Ryan Johnson did something like, it's really hard to try to make every fan happy. And I think that was either
Especially
I think
with
that
Star
was a dig.
Wars.
Yeah.
They're all any Star Wars thing.
Well,
It's
in his perspective, I thought was pretty interesting. He thinks this is why people hate. He's like, I want to go to a movie and feel surprised, or that I'm learning something new, or that there is some element that I can't predict. Otherwise, what's the point of seeing something that you know exactly what's going to happen? It's like, maybe it's entertaining, but it's not going to last.
seriously. And are
Well,
those
and-
people going to all the fucking Bond movies because you know exactly what's going to happen in those?
Which you're not going to talk about those for very long. You're gonna
Right.
Just be like, oh, that was fun.
Those are meant to just kind of be consumed
we don't have
and then thrown
okay.
away.
But Star Wars movies are meant to be talked about forever.
They are, though.
They are. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's more
they
of a
are,
cultural, and so
I just think that they are always raked over the coals, and the further along we
think that's
get
true.
in it, the harder it is to please anyone.
Well, sure.
I think that's very true.
because
People are
it's
just
harder.
being way
well,
too protective of it as their
Yeah.
own thing.
Yes, but also exactly to the point you made, it's also harder to surprise. The farther you go into it, it's
Yeah, but I think
it's
that
harder
has more to do
surprise.
with not so much with Star Wars movies as much as like
Everything.
just social media and the
just,
way people are now.
Oh yeah, no, you're not going to argue with
Did I
that.
tell you guys I saw Knives Out? Did we talk about that?
We didn't, but
Fuck is
I've
Knives
heard lots
Out?
of great things.
It's a
about
Rian Johnson movie, and it's really good. It's like Clue. It's a murder mystery. It's amazingly good. And it's got Daniel Craig in it, and it's delightful. It's just a delightful movie. That's all I can say.
Now, speaking of Daniel Craig, I have no idea who that is. But in
Fine.
the Mandalorian, last week's episode, what did you think of that episode?
it. Oh, that one was great.
What was
Really?
what was last week's episode?
The prison ship one.
Oh yeah, with Bill Burr. Hey, it's Bill Burr.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
Bill Burr.
I
Yeah.
gotta kill the guys.
Yeah.
So, like, my husband hated that he was in it, but a couple of guys
It
at
was
work
really strange.
who are huge fans were like, "That's the best episode yet." Like, kind of like you were, Jeremy.
Oh, it wasn't because
fun.
of Bill Burr. I mean, it was that's fine.
No,
that
but
he
like
was
my
in there.
husband couldn't
And
get past that.
I
He's like,
I enjoyed his shoulder pistol. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was like my oldest son said. He's like, wow, this one like feels like its own self-contained horror movie. And I was like, yeah, I mean,
I feel like
it kinda
each
does.
one is self-contained, though. I mean, they're doing these
Yeah.
one-offs.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
kind of
become
fun.
since he stole Baby Yoda. Yeah,
Yeah.
not stole, but I'll
Well,
tell you
know,
what,
he's,
that
he's
protected.
making his way one job at a time.
To
fucking
where,
chick-
though? Where's he going?
I don't
the
know.
blue-
We don't know.
That's
She was
what's the
annoying
curious thing to
AF.
me is like he's obviously going somewhere. He can't just keep running,
I
which
think
means he's eventually
I don't
going to
know,
have to come face to face with something.
because he was going to stop on
Probably the
the
Empire.
planet with the lady,
The lady, yeah,
but he couldn't. So you think he's
should
got
go
another
back.
planet? You just don't know it yet.
yeah. I think it's going to be a planet where he grew up. That's my guess.
No. Oh shit. Yeah. Because he didn't grow up on Mandaloria, or
Correct.
whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, they had a little flashback. I'm like, they didn't do that flashback for nothing.
I think that African American gentleman who gave him the pucks in the beginning, he's not dead because remember his
No, he
bullets
never.
hit.
No. Yeah.
So he's coming back. And
You think he's coming back to get
guy-
him or coming back to help him?
get him. And I think the
See, I
the
think
guy,
I think it's help.
you do. But I think
Somehow
the
do.
guy with the stormtroopers, that guy's coming
Yes.
back for sure.
I think
Oh,
I
the
think
one
he's,
that hired him? Yeah.
yeah. You know, I
Yeah,
think
the guy
think
with
he's
the
going to go, "Oh, Mando, I can't stay mad at you."
Yeah. You're my buddy.
That's fair. That's fair. He
But
does
yeah,
seem
I think
to
the
love it.
Empire is going to make a big play. It's like it's going to be
Yes. It's not going to be the
all
Empire,
these-
though. It's going to be the First Order.
First Order, but it's going to be before the First Order was called the First Order, probably, or like right when it's being born.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yes.
the Splinter Shits.
And
I don't know how that happens. How do you splinter
Is,
a shit?
do you think the other
Eat
Mandalorians and their jetpacks are going to come and help? Because I love those
Whoa.
fucking jetpack
No, it's going to be all these
Mandalorians.
little baby Yodas floating from the sky like precious little angels.
There's going to be a planet of baby Yodas, isn't there? It's going to be like Toy Story. They're all in this little game, getting pulled out by claws.
That is an excellent reference.
Well, that's all she wrote.